So the question is, have we reached a point in time right now where we have just kind of, as the saying goes, jumped the shark in terms of watching people online, as you're maybe watching me online right now, streaming on YouTube? Welcome back to the show if you are, and thank you either way, whether you're listening or watching. That's the question I have for the founders of a brand new site. I want to introduce to the show Evan Rama and his business partner, Param Patel. Evan and Param are the founders of a new site right now, which gives people the ability to watch people in real time, 24/7 dating. Welcome to the show. Thanks for being here today. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Rich.
Hi, Rich. Nice to meet you.
Were you surprised when Fox News covered your dating site?
Yeah, we were shocked. Mind blown.
There was no heads up that they were going to talk about it, huh?
No,
What's up?
We didn't know anything.
I woke up to a text from my aunt, and we were shocked.
Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, congratulations on that. I was surprised when they sent me my topic list that day and they asked me my thoughts on this, and I hadn't heard about your site, but a lot of people have. So between the two of you, just to give a little background, as I understand it, you spent the last several years building up kind of an online empire. It's probably a good way to put it, right?
Yes, sir. It's been 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many followers across all your platforms?
Across all platforms, we have just over 40,000 followers.
Okay. Now, tell me about the site that you created here.
Yeah, so we've built the first. You want to explain there?
Yeah. So we are creating the first 24/7 live dating show. We're going to have many shows, but the first show we're doing is a dating show. And the way it works is random college students across America can talk to each other on the screen, and thousands of students will watch them live, vote on the contestants they like, vote them out. And it's this continuous show of people just meeting new people on our platform, Kupid TV.
Yeah.
And then what's the goal? They find love, they get money. What do they win?
Yeah. So the people who are actually talking on the live stage, the contestants, they want to find love, and then the people who are in the audience, they can vote on who's going to win or not, and they can stake like a prediction market kind of.
Oh, so I could bet, like if I think Johnny's going to fall for Jane, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
All right. So there, I get a little I could get a little vig out of this. I like it. All right.
And Rich, a great part.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. A great part we didn't. I don't know if it's been talked about, but aside from the product, we also have this college tour that we're on. We're touring the nation's best 34 universities, doing these live shows, basically the online version, but in person.
So as you go to these colleges and you ask these college kids, hey, would you like to be part of this show? And everybody can watch you as you're online dating. What's been the response?
It's been all positive. Students love this kind of stuff. Students crave, I guess, the idea of dating. It's probably the most talked about subject in college. So they're all very excited. That's why at our live shows, we're on a streak of 15 straight shows of sellouts, and the feedback on the product has just been amazing.
Well, congratulations on your success on that. Do you find that, do you worry? I mean, it's all live stream. So what happens if people do or say something that's just totally crazy or out of line or something?
Yeah.
You want to explain?
Yeah, I can explain this. So we already are integrated with a couple security software companies. Our partners Clarify, and what they do is if someone shows a weapon, drugs, or anything that should not be shown on screen, within a few seconds, they're immediately banned and removed from the platform.
What if somebody says something totally outrageous, like I want to take you out back and starts describing like crazy sexual activities they want to do with them or something like that?
Just like other platforms like Twitch and YouTube, we have a few seconds delay, just like the news might have as well, where these things can be filtered out before it's seen by anyone.
So you guys are monitoring this, so how do you begin to match people? You got a student from one school and you got another, and then how do you match them up?
Yeah, so we have an algorithm that will figure out how long you'll talk to someone, what the interest is, like of you talking to someone, and what kind of people you want to meet based on how your conversations go.
The analogy that I gave to this was I used to be a big fan of The Apprentice, Donald Trump's reality show, and we used to love watching that, and then love watching the part where he would say, "You're fired." You have all these reality shows where you've got Survivor, you've got all these other things. We have a fascination as a country with watching other people do things. And you're tapping into this now, but you're tapping into it in dating. I know there's been shows like The Bachelor and others, but I think what makes this different is the audience involvement in this. Because I think there was one show many years ago where I think you could dial up a number and you could vote on who you thought would be together, but this is all in real time, right?
Yeah, this is all live.
So as far as you know, there's nothing else like this out there.
There isn't.
Amazing. It's amazing. It really is. And then if the two people find love, how do you define that? They get married. Like, what's the standard that says, all right, you found love?
We just want them to go off the platform, go on a date, and then they can take.
They'll be able to exchange their phone number, Instagram, if they're interested in each other.
So that's it. The goal here is to get them to actually meet in real life.
Yes.
Correct.
Do you find that there are a lot of young people right now who are just not doing that? They're not reading, because there was that famous rich guy who came out and said, just say to people, may I meet you? And that blew up overnight, because the idea that people are not actually meeting each other, among your generation in particular, is actually like a real thing.
I agree. And that's kind of how this idea was born at our live shows. To date, we've had over 9,000 people come to our in-person shows across the last 2 years. And from that, what we learned was that the audience really craves participation. And social media and all these platforms for the last decade have been designed for you to be a passive consumer of content, but not to actually shape the content you're watching.
I met my wife on eHarmony. I don't know if eHarmony's still around. I don't know if it is or not, but I met her on that site. And I was happy about that, because I was a busy guy. I didn't have a chance to I didn't know how to meet somebody, but I talk to young people all the time who say the same thing. They don't know how to meet somebody right now. There are a ton of different apps out there. It's kind of like the Wild West. What I like about your site is the goal here is for people to find a way to meet each other, but you worry that you're just going to be, for lack of a better word, attracting narcissists who just want attention.
Evan, what do you think?
Wait, cut out there.
That you might be attracting narcissists who just want attention. They just want the spotlight on them.
Well, I mean, there's so many college students that just crave the attention and will probably join the platform, just to get their name out there. But after, let's say they exchange the phone number and the girl is like genuinely attracted to the person, they think, they see a future possibly with the guy, and the guy is not looking for that. After they get off the platform, typically, like at least how our generation works, they'll talk for a little bit, they'll do some banter, and then, they probably won't vibe, or the girl will realize pretty soon that they're not a match. And from that, with our platform, the goal is to just get them off the platform. So, and
if everybody's voting on a particular couple, do they have to meet, or do they have the ability to say no? If it's like 100% say these two should get together, and the two are like, I have no interest in that, what happens then?
Yeah, so
they can say no.
They can say no. They have the final interacting on the platform, have the final decision.
It's amazing. It really is amazing. How did you guys get the idea for this?
Yes, so for the whole company, my freshman year of college, I go to UT Austin. My freshman year, I've been super into entertainment. I was a theater kid, and wanted to start an entertainment club on campus. And by doing that, I had my first dating show. We sold out 400 students. Did another one, rinse and repeat. And then I met Parham 10 months later, and he gave me the idea. He was like, this would be the perfect, this product would blend so perfectly with the live show concept. And that's kind of how we just clicked and started producing this.
You said you have some other shows in the queue. What else are you working on?
Yeah. So what we're going to do is, like, when you go on the platform, is you don't have to just date. You can also watch streams of people having debate on topics that are important to society right now, or things that are going on in your campus. There can be campus rivalries. Mm-hmm. You could have dare channels where people have to do certain dares and things like that. So the shows can be really about anything, but we're starting off with dating because that's where our core audience lives right now.
That's where we started from the first year. And our plan in the next year, at least for the dating side, is to in-person events, is host 90 live shows in the next by June 2027.
As far as the debating on contentious issues, obviously with Charlie Kirk's assassination in the news, and this idea that he would go to college campuses and he would debate, some of that was streamed, obviously. And do you see this as an opportunity that more young people want to engage in political debate and find a way to do it in a way that's much more civil?
Yeah, I mean, our platform is very safe. I feel like you can talk about anything and be okay on our platform because we have all of our security measures and we have like human moderation and all of these systems that we built from day one to ensure safety as our priority. Because like platforms like Omegle, they had all of these issues from day one. We solved that before we even launched our product with Clarify.
Yeah.
So one day when you guys are billionaires or trillionaires, what are you gonna do with all the money?
We're gonna take a nice vacation with our wives.
The wives you meet on Cupid Dating or
Kupid TV, yes sir.
Cupid TV. So you haven't met anyone yet, you guys?
No.
We're both single, locked in on the company.
All right, so you're single. So there's also an opportunity here for you to potentially meet somebody as well on your own Cupid TV.
Yeah.
1000%.
I love it. I love it. Now, I was talking to a friend of mine recently. She's young. She's a young woman. She has all these different standards and everything else and what she's looking for. So can people go online and say that, this is what I'm looking for in a partner. This is what I hope to find. And kind of, you can pre-screen them to save people time. And because that time is valuable, right? We have a limited amount of it.
So that's one of the things that we aren't going to support at the moment. The whole goal is that everyone has all their unique interests and you never know where you're going to find your love. So you should meet as many people as you can. And it's going to be a very fast-paced thing. If you don't like someone, you can click skip, meet the next person, and continue so on.
And we could all watch it. We could all watch this spectacle like the Roman gladiators back in the day.
Yeah.
I wonder what the pressure is going to be like on the guy. I mean, it's hard enough as a guy going on a date and trying to impress a woman, but also knowing that there could be potentially tens of thousands or millions of people watching you try to impress a girl.
I'll say this, believe it or not, in our live shows, the majority of our contestants actually, they DM us on our Instagrams, our socials, and most of them say that they're introverted, trying to get their name out there, trying to, get out of their shell. So I feel like that will translate to the product. We'll have all these introverts and people who, even if it's going to be in front of 10,000 users, they'll still do it just to get their name out there and shoot the shot. Yeah,
and I think it might actually it might help people actually knowing that they've got an audience. They might rise to the occasion, so to speak, and really give it their best because they got a whole audience watching. Even if they're not that into that person, they got all these people interested, so they might think, well, maybe somebody watching me might be interested in me, so I'm going to really lay on the charm here. I'm going to lay it on thick.
Exactly.
Well, at first I thought, I don't know if I'd ever want my son to do this, but now the more I talk to you guys about it, I got to rethink this. So before I let you go, you mentioned a dare channel too that would come. Where what? So people would do dares. It would be kind of like, I guess, like Jackass or something like that.
Kind of like that. The channels will be evolving as we grow. We're going to start with a dating channel, and after that's launched, it'll be very, very hyper dependent on our users. So we're going to be building the platform based on what the users want. So if they want debate as the next channel or dare as the next channel, we're going to be taking a lot of user input and shaping how the platform builds from our users.
I think there's a tie into talk radio with this, and I'll tell you what I mean by that is there is a craving, I think, in our society right now for human connection and human interaction, where we don't want to watch something that's recorded. We want to watch something that's live, and we want to engage in it live. And I see that with my audience. And I try to engage them by either reading tweets on the air, taking phone calls when I do take phone calls, or reading comments on YouTube. I think there's more of a craving for that right now in our society. Do you tend to agree with that?
I agree.
100% agree.
100%.
Yeah.
And as we get more into this AI world where it just becomes we're just scrolling and you don't feel that human connection, but we're online. Do you think this will then fill that void of human connection?
Yeah,
we believe so.
If we can then break through the wall, so to speak, and then actually meet in person.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, because you both want to get married and not just to somebody online. You don't want to just have an AI wife. You want an actual physical one with... Well, listen, I wish you the best of luck. I'm glad you came on the show today. This is a fascinating concept, and they talked about it not only on America's Newsroom that day, they also talked about it on The Five, which is, I think, the first or second highest rated show on Fox News. So you may want to go back to that day and pull that clip as well, because they had a little banter about it going forward. So you're getting a lot of attention. And come back and keep me posted on how you're doing with this. And I don't know, maybe I could be a judge at some point in some way. Maybe when you do your political debates, maybe I could be a judge or a moderator. That could be fun.
That would be amazing.
That would be awesome.
That would be amazing. We really appreciate you, Rich.
Thank you.
Well, I appreciate you both. And Kupid TV, right?
Yeah, Kupid
Kupid
TV.
TV.
All right. Thanks, guys. Best of luck.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
have a good
you.
one.
Have a
The
good one.
Rich Zeoli Show on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.